Aquila Resources is seen gearing up for a major capital raising. Bad boy Nick Bolton moves to wind up Multiplex Prime Property Trust. Paladin seeks a $540 million deal with China. And the Commonwealth Bank is speculated to be bidding for ING's private banking assets. Good morning, this is Michael Feller with Deals TV. Aquila Resources shares are in a halt, pending the announcement of a proposed capital raising. The rumour mill tips this to be via a share placement from a cornerstone Chinese investor. Credence has been given to such rumours by the revelation this morning that Siemens Capital Management has dropped below the 5% substantial holder threshold. Movements afoot too at Multiplex Prime Property Trust, where Gen Y entrepreneur Nick Bolton has requisitioned a meeting to wind up the fund. Bolton, who came to notoriety through a similar requisitioned meeting at the Bris Connections Unit Trust, has been buyed partially paid instalment shares in the trust and now has a stake worth almost 20%. He failed at playing the same game in Bris Connections, but was nevertheless able to walk away with $4.5 million in cash after construction giant Leighton paid him to vote against his own resolutions. Over at uranium company Paladin now, where a $540 million joint venture is being sought with a number of Chinese companies. Reuters reports that Guangdong Nuclear Power is one of those parties and that the deal will be over Paladin's developments in Western Australia. The Commonwealth Bank has meanwhile been named as a party to ING Group's private banking sale in Hong Kong and Switzerland. Julius Baer of Zurich has been seen as a front-runner, but the Commonwealth Bank, flush with cash and eyeing takeovers in Asia, could have a good chance. Also in the running are Credit Suisse, Standard Chartered and DBS of Singapore. ANZ was once considered to be interested in the assets as well, and as an aside, there was a rumour several weeks ago that DBS could also be in ANZ's sights as a possible transformational acquisition. General Motors' sale of Opel in Germany is dragging on, but in Sweden things are moving a little bit faster. GM is in the process of selling Saab to car maker Koenigsegg, and police in southwest Sweden have just confiscated the licence of the bidder's CEO for 3 months after he was clocked driving at 170 kilometres an hour. Perhaps he was on the way to a meeting. Also on the lighter side, World Poker Tour has been bought for $12.3 million by British group Party Gaming. The value implied will be closely scrutinised by Australia's betting firms in the process of industry-wide consolidation. And finally, Oil India, the country's second biggest petroleum firm, is considering a 25 billion rupee IPO, according to Finance Asia. India's energy companies have become increasingly aggressive as they expand from semi-government organisations into global players. A deal between India's Petronet and ExxonMobil over gas in Western Australia's Gorgon development is a case in point. That's all that we have time for this morning. In the meantime, I'm Michael Feller, and see you tomorrow.